So, you bought a new house. But looks like it's lacking in the furniture department, which could mean a trip down to
IKEA.
IKEA.
Is it IKEA, IKEA? The struggle is real when I try to pronounce this.
Can we have someone official looking tell us, please?
Well, there's no incorrect way to pronounce IKEA, actually. In Swedish, it's called IKEA, but in English, it's IKEA. IK stands for our founder, Ingvar Kamprad. E stands for Elmtarit, which is the farm that he was raised in. And Agunarit is the village that's nearby that farm.
What do I tell my taxi uncle then?
Going to IKEA?
Taxi uncles actually pronounce it quite like the Swedish, which is IKEA. So do tell them that, and they'll get you to where we are.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Sure.
We're going to reveal more surprising facts about this gargantuan seller and this reseller of furniture and everything else. You think you know, but you have no idea. The Swedes used to conquer other countries in wooden ships. Now they do it by shipping wood. Wooden furniture, that is. IKEA is the largest furniture company in the world. It had over 40 billion euros in revenue last year, more than the GDP of Bahrain. It also had about 775 million people visiting its stores, which can be found in over 60 countries. And in Singapore, its story goes further back than you may think.
IKEA Singapore started in 1978. We started our first store back in 6th Avenue. And then in 1984, we moved to Amber Close in Katong. Then in 1995, we opened the Alexandra store. In 2007, we opened the IKEA Tampines store. In 2021, last year, we opened IKEA Jurong. Last year in Singapore, we had 8.5 million visitors to our 3 stores.
So, what do we really know about this Scandinavian supplier of everything from sofas to straws? Let's pay a visit to the 400,000 square foot IKEA Tampines, where we arrive right after closing time. And we see the crew doing something rather unusual.
What we're doing right now is part of our closing routine. We are doing this to ensure that there are no customers who are hiding inside. There are some stories that it happened before. There are customers who have this social media challenge that they have to stay 24 hours in the store. If they accomplish it, they need to post it in the social media.
There are a lot of overseas YouTubers doing this challenge where they stayed overnight at the IKEA store. Quick.
I don't know what they gain from it.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna be trapped somewhere overnight, there are worse places than IKEA. I'm just gonna make myself at home. Whoa, what's going on? What's with all the noise?
So when the store closed, that's when things actually get busy for us. My team and I, we are the first people who receive anything that comes into the store. Daily, right, there's sales going on, so the shop floor will be empty. So after closing, the logistic teams, we replenish stocks for the next day. In the warehouse, a driver with the forklift will bring down the pallet, bring it all the way into the shop floor.
Oh, sorry. Just a little sleepy. Why does all this have to happen at such unearthly hours anyway?
There's no customer around. Allows us to maneuver our machines, everything, without additional people around the area.
After 4 a.m., and another group of staff are just starting their shift. Each shelf must be manually filled, and somebody's got to do it.
I'm refilling my goods for the store opening. We are preparing to
stock up all the goods that we have here. Usually we have 7 to 8 people for the whole store. We have to keep ourselves moving so that we won't easily fall asleep.
The co-workers have about 5 to 6 hours to do that. The most that we ever restock on the peak period is about 800 pallets to the floor. We aim to be ready by 10 a.m. The store officially opens at 11 a.m.
Once Rashida and company are done, this IKEA store will have almost 9,000 different items on sale.
The best time shock is always when the store opens because everything will be full.
Thanks for the heads up. And here's another secret about IKEA. Different stores around the world actually sell some different things.
Oh, hi, I'm Vivian and I'm part of the sales team. Every season, we work with the HQ to look at what we can bring in that is relevant for Singapore market. Trend now is the very wabi-sabi woody style, and then we've got the minimalistic style.
If I'm looking for something no one in Singapore has yet, can you hook me up?
I've got friends who ask me, oh, you know, we saw this somewhere in the market or overseas, can we bring it in? So we can.
And for something more ubiquitous, there's always the
Really bookcase, and it's actually estimated that every 5 seconds, one Pili bookcase is sold somewhere around in the world.
Great! But when my new furniture arrives, can you help me put it together?
Oh yeah. So whatever that you see that is like around here, right, even the stool that I'm sitting on, it's all assembled by sales department.
So something unique to the Singapore customer is their demand for delivery and assembly services. More than 50% of the Singaporeans are wanting to have their furniture assembled for them. If you take, for example, in Australia, it's probably about 30% potentially. So people are still very keen to do it themselves in Australia. I think more and more that time is of the essence for Singaporeans, and these convenience becomes more important.
Or maybe we're just bad at assembling furniture.
Every time I try to fix it, I take hours to do it.
I actually bought this shelf for the kitchen. I assembled everything ready, then suddenly, the whole all different side lah.
There's once we bought this sofa and I was like, no, we are not getting it assembled by them, we are doing it ourselves. After like 11 days, I gave up. I don't know how to build a chair. I cannot. Alan key? Who's Alan? Alan is my neighbor. He didn't have a key.
Hey, instead of Alan, maybe you need a friend from the IKEA sales team.
Done.
And so, the display items are assembled just in time, as everything is almost stocked and ready. Things like the
Sommerflade. Sommerflader.
What is this?
Murbilanga. Am I even saying it right?
Sounds a bit like Hokkien.
Blender mat.
What does it mean? Anyone have the answer? Yes, the names of the products at IKEA are all the jilted lovers of the entire board of directors.
That can't be right.
How do they come up with these names?
Actually, the funny thing is, our founder, Ingvar, had struggled with dyslexia. So he is not too comfortable with numbers, and so he changed numbers into names. Bedroom and living room furniture is named after Norwegian places. So Hemnes is actually a place in Norway. Desks and chairs are named after Scandinavian boys' names. So Marcus chair. Fabrics and curtains are named after Scandinavian girls' names. So like Matilda. And by the way, it's called Mobilonga.
Glad we've cleared that up. Knowing how to pronounce the names of the items is one thing. Finding them could be a whole other challenge.
Some people think that IKEA is built like a maze.
So, I take a left here and a right. And, I think I am lost.
If you have no driver's license, IKEA is a difficult place to navigate. That's the one thing about IKEA, the maze, how to get out.
Tired leh.
Well, some people think that IKEA is built like a maze, but actually it's not. It's built and it's tried to mimic how we live at home, where we start with the living room and the dining room and kitchens and here bedrooms. But if you don't want to walk this whole way, it's okay. We have built-in shortcuts within our layouts that you can make your way to the exits.
IKEA is very smart. They make sure you walk through every single room to take in all that you see, and you look at all the things that you never knew you needed, and you go, do I need it? And do I really want it?
You're right, Joachim, because there is some devious design going on.
We strategically place some items in IKEA. So here in the dining area, we actually put displays like the napkin and the napkin stands. This is to remind customers on things that they didn't think they need at that point in time when they walked to IKEA.
And that's how they get you. But if you regret your impulse buys, returning is always an option.
My neighbor keeps renovating and keeps returning stuff to IKEA. I'm like, bro, last week your whole living room was different. He's like, 100-day return policy, I gave back everything. Huh? So every 100 days you change your house? Yeah, no questions asked. I said, I have a question. Can you teach me how to do this?
Hi, we are from Customer Relations.
We do have a 365 days returns policy for our customers. We do experience items that was returned more than a year. A customer who purchased about 100 hanger and after a year they return back. Case to case, we will still accept the returns. Welcome to the SC sections where we give our products a second chance. And if you're wondering where your returns ends up, it's here at the SC sections where the prices are marked down. Okay, if you wonder how SC is priced in this area, we will evaluate the condition of the product. For example, like this TV bench here, we have like minor scratches, dents, and dings, everything. We will price according to the condition of the item. One day we actually had a customer who wanted to return a mattress. When we do a check on the mattress, we find out that the mattress had a significant amount of stain on it.
I mean, we all drool in our sleep sometimes.
It was a pretty big patch of dark stain, so to say.
Yikes!
Due to the hygiene reason, we will not be able to take it, so we politely decline the returns.
Good call. Well, if IKEA won't take it back, there is one place you can go with your messed up mattresses and dubious duvets.
Hi, welcome to Carousell. Carousell is an app for people to try and buy and sell things. Things that you don't need could very well be treasured by somebody else.
You may think that the app is named after this, but then you'd be wrong, because it's named after
this. The Kodak Carousel was the inspiration for the name and logo of the company. For some of you youngsters who are so used to just posting your photos and videos on Instagram, in the olden days, many people would use a device like this to share their life moments. So our founders felt it very fitting for our platform where many users would swap stories, pass on their items, much like a carousel would.
And let me guess, did you get this carousel on Carousell?
Yeah, where else, right? And when the seller found out that it was the founder of Carousell who was looking to buy the item, he gave it away for free. We were founded 10 years ago in August, so this will be our 10th anniversary. Since inception, we have transacted over 60 million second-hand items. Our monthly transaction across the region is upwards of 2 million transactions. And in Singapore alone, that averages about 600,000 a month. In furnishing our offices, we try to buy things from Carousell. So this table and all the chairs in the pantry area here, they are bought from Carousell as well.
Did you guys bargain? I bet you bargained.
It turns out there was this guy who was clearing out his studio, and he was just, very happy to give us a good price.
Okay, spill the tea. With so many listings, there's gotta be some weird ones.
Somebody listing a safe entry gantry for $6,800. I remember another listing of a used old plastic bag dating from the 70s, asking for $5. We have listings such as this for a Rolls Royce that asked for $1.59 million. There was also a Rolex watch that listed for over $8 million, but it's marked as sold, so somebody must have bought it.
Wow! But how do I know I'm buying the genuine article and not a knockoff?
Yeah, frauds come in many shapes and forms, right? Back in 2019, we created the Carousell Rights Owners Program that gives brand owners a direct ability to take down counterfeit products. We have AI technology to automatically identify fraudulent patterns. So for example, if there are bad actors that have already been identified in other parts of the world, they are able to block them on our platform.
Okay, any tips for selling an authentic, well-used IKEA mattress?
The more viewers, the higher chance of finding somebody who is interested in your product. Try and take very good photos. If there's a backstory of some sort, that will also help pique the interest of potential buyers. For example, a husband wanted to surprise the wife by buying 3 Snorlax figurines, but it ended up to be a real huge item like this. So he had to very quickly try to get rid of them. So when our founder, Surey, saw that, he actually bought one, and now it has become a fixture in our office.
Thanks for the tour. Armed with that information, it's time to head back to IKEA Tampines, where the store is about to open and... Hey, what's that? Did that come from this stuffed cat?
No, a real cat.
Oh, for real. It's about 10 a.m. at IKEA Tampines. Just some final checks before the store opens for the day.
So now I'm doing my morning rounds. So we normally walk through our room settings. Hi, I'm Mix, and I'm an interior designer for IKEA Singapore, Tampines branch. We are responsible for designing the rooms and homes that you see around the store. For me, I'm responsible of the kitchens department.
Oh, you must be a real master chef yourself then.
No, I can count how many times I cooked food. But I actually design kitchen, so it's quite ironic. Yeah. So a fun fact about our displays. For our food graphics, we try to localize it to what a Singaporean kitchen store at home. So you'll see things like dried chili, dried beans like these.
What about the images of people around IKEA? Are those real? Or did you just Google family stock photos?
Hello, I'm Christelle. This is Boo, and she's the model actually for this home at IKEA Tampines. All our room settings are based on real people like me. So all the solutions are catered to the different activities that we do at the home.
For our room setting profiles, we usually do quick interviews with our co-workers, and we take reference from their lifestyle and the needs that they have at home.
Our ID team have planned this room setting based on a person living single with a pet. So they approached me because I was the only one single living with a pet. Yeah. We had to do a photo shoot in the room. So that's why I brought Boo along with me that day. It was the first time that the cat came into the store. It was quite fun because the cat actually played around the room that we provide.
We leave Boo to her cat nap, because I'm getting a little hungry.
Oh yes, I do go to IKEA just to eat their meatballs and chicken wings.
We have two very, very popular items on our menu. We sell 93,000 Swedish meatballs and 29,000 chicken wings in a week.
Okay, but what makes a Swedish meatball Swedish? A chef's outfit? You must know the answer.
Well, usually they will dip the meatball with the sauce and then dip it with a bit of the lingonberry jam. Lingonberry is grown in Sweden. Without lingonberry jam, you'll find that something is lacking. With other jam, it is much more different in taste.
So, it isn't the meatball as much as what it comes with. And if the Swedish get meatballs, what do Singaporeans get?
In 2001, I was tasked to create a Singaporean local dish that would wow Singaporeans. We brainstormed and we decided that we should make chicken wing as our base ingredient. It's quite challenging for the kitchen team back then, as everybody have their own preference. So through trial and error, we took 18 months to come up with a perfect marination.
Oh, so you didn't just wing it.
When you do fried fruit, you have a taste of flour. That means they use around top flour.
So, what do you use?
The chicken wing marination is a trade secret. Not many people know about the recipe. Even our store manager has no idea of it.
Do you know it?
I created it. Yeah, I'm one of the party that know of this so-called recipe.
Singapore's very own Colonel Sanders. After lunch, the ID team is hard at work preparing for a new furniture season.
We are refreshing this room. This is our plan that we use. We refresh the room settings 4 times a year. As an ID in IKEA, we get to be our own handyman, and we do a lot of DIY stuff like drilling shelves on the walls and doing up hooks and photos.
And we'll leave Michelle to it as we end our time here at IKEA. Let's just make our way to the exit. I think I take a left here. Or is it a right? Ah! Am I lost again? Ooh, napkins. I need those.